Solo, game number 1, the loser bracket final, everybody. We have Refueled Raccoons going up against Team Rip. Another best of 3 series in Group A. One of these teams will move on to the playoffs and the other team will be eliminated from the group. They will have another chance through the last chance qualifier, but that is always a big stretch to make it through that. So yeah, both of them are going to be very, very eager to qualify directly, and that might have an impact on them actually going for bounties or not going for bounties. Keep in mind, this is also a repetition of a match that we already had in the winner bracket, and back then it was the Raccoons that were able to take the series. But, well, can they do it again? We're gonna find out soon enough. Quick reminder about the rules of the tournament here. This is the Murky Cup in Group A. We're in the losers bracket final. Heroes can only be played once within a series, so every single time that a hero gets played, you won't see the same hero again in the same series. So as we're progressing through the maps, that will start to limit the hero pool a little bit. And in addition to that, we also have a bounty pool. Now, generally speaking, the tournament has 1,000 euros as prize money, but we have a second prize pool that is crowdfunded, where teams can dip into it when they complete bounties. So just to give you guys, once again, a bit of an idea about that, these are the bounties that are available to the teams. If any of the team, essentially these are handicaps. If you pick one of those heroes or complete one of those bounties, you win with them, then you get a point for that bounty pool. If you fail a bounty, this is new in this particular tournament, you still get half credit. So even just attempting one and then failing it gives you something. Teams can only complete one of these bounties one time. Teams can complete each one of these bounties one single time, and we'll see how that's going to work out, which team completes the most bounties. The bounty board itself, obviously, each team can complete all of these bounties once. So what happens when you do that is that at the end of the tournament, we're looking at how many bounty points, how many bounty tickets a team has. We're comparing that to how many bounties are completed in total. And then teams get a share out of that second prize pool. So we have the normal prize pool of 1,000 euros, and we're crowdfunding a second prize pool where teams then can dip into by playing the stuff. There's a lot of viewers that have asked me in the past if they can somehow contribute directly to tournaments. This is exactly what we're going to have here. So if you're watching this on YouTube right now, you will have links in the description. There's actually 2 of them. You will first of all get this entire sheet here. So if you're double checking on what kind of bounties are available, you can do that. And there's also a link to the crowdfunding. Once that we're hitting 1,000 euros on the bounty pool, so that we're matching the normal prize pool, everything that goes above it will be used for the next tournament. But you can contribute there, as already mentioned, if you want to. And yeah, we'll see what exactly teams are actually going to do now, because we already have a couple of picks on this one, as you can see. Solo is our first map. We have a Viking pick. That could be the longboat bounty that they go for. And with Gavlo choosing Abathar for the Raccoons, we might see them go into that Locust build that would also complete a bounty for you. So this could be quite a bit of fun here. Would be interesting if both of the teams actually go for a bounty. What we had in the previous series, for example, is that in game number 1, both teams were trying to complete a bounty, and then in game number 2, the losing team immediately decided, like, well, maybe we should, like, drop the bounty idea and instead try to make it to the playoffs directly. That might be the higher priority in all of this. All of the bounties are optional. You don't have to do this. If you just want to play for the normal prize pool, you can totally do that. Essentially, it's a risk-reward calculation that teams have to go for. Do they feel confident that if they try and complete one of the bounties, they can still win the game? Sonya's in, and we get Thrall. All of those heroes benefit from Abathar, by the way. Even if you go for a Locust build, just having the symbiote available is going to help Sonya, it's going to help Thrall. And quick reminder, if you go for a Locust build and you're trying to complete that bounty, you do not have to pick the monstrosity. You can still go for the copy, so you can go for double Sonya, double Thrall here. Whereas on the side of Team Rip, we now get our final 2 picks, and we get Maiev, and we have off here for the range damage. Alright. Yeah, I like it. I mean, honestly, some of the comps that we've seen already were just incredible. Just teams going for those bounties and trying to make that work was awesome. We've seen Cho'Gall, we've seen Gazlo. We had Twin Blades Varian already. So, yeah, there's lots of fun to be had. And now on Cursed Hollow, our first map. Let's see what the Raccoons are doing. Bit of... I mean, they need a support. They go for the no-healer bounty. They go actually for a no-heal bounty instead of the Locust bounty. No healer for them. Self-sustain with Sonya, self-sustain with Thrall, self-sustain with Arthas, and with Mirrodin. So they're trying a no healer bounty against Team Rip on the first map. Without further ado, game number 1, Cursed Hollow. Well, game number 1, and we have bounty attempts on both sides from the looks of it. We still have to wait, of course, for the Vikings to pick their level 10, but I think chances are that we're going to get the longboat here. On the left side, the refueled Raccoons with Disciple on Sonya. We got Gavlo on Abatha, going straight up into the pressurized glance. Again, they're going for a no healer bounty with Ubi on Thrall, twice on Mirrodin, and Scorch on Arthas. Over on the right side of the map, we get Team Rip with Krankle on ETC, Bloodcool on Maiev. We got Azzy on Orphea, Sven on the Vikings, and Vasilisko on Brightwing. So, I like what we're seeing here. Now, no healer for the Raccoons. They could have gone into something like Zarya. There's still a couple of heroes that you can pick, like for example Medivh, that doesn't count into this either. They decide in favor of Abatha and Thrall Laubers. Not even 30 seconds into the game and we have the first kill. Thrall immediately committing honorable Sudoku, just runs into the opponent and gets absolutely crushed as Maiev says, thank you very much. They're going in for Arthas and they try and kill him too, but Scorch makes it, so at least he survives. But woof, that is getting a bit wild. Full on melee composition, by the way, for the Raccoons. I mean, the idea, of course, being that you really decide where you want to fight. You have massive amounts of self-sustain, and you just murder opponents by going full-on melee on them. Thrall can chip in a lot of damage with this. On top of that, of course, we have Arthas, but that is not a good start. The Raccoons might have won the last series between the two teams, but this is a pretty bad opening into game number 1. Let's just put it like this. Because this is... yeah. This is rough. 2 kills in the first 90 seconds of the game. And now they are trying to invade the camp attempt here too. If they steal this one... alright, they can't. Okay. So, nicely done by the blue team shutting ETC down. But just imagine for a second, he wasn't locked down here and could have made that slide happen. Go for the camp. If they then get a kill and take the camp, then you can basically just think about the next game already. It's not quite as bad. You can always come back here, but it would have set them back very, very significantly. So, right now, we now have, well, our quests coming in. Frostwolf Pack against Arthas obviously is going to go for some Death Coil build here, because he wants to have some self-sustain too. If you don't have any healer, then you need to play through this. Playing a no-heal composition gives you a lot of damage. I mean, you have some advantage if you don't go for a healer. The problem is that long and sustained fights is something that is just absolutely disastrous for you. Your opponent can come in and just keep continuous heals up, whereas you are just falling lower and lower and lower. This is where the self-sustain comes in from the heroes that have been chosen here, and obviously Abatha as well. But we'll see if they can make that work as the game continues and those heroes pick up some talents that will allow them for that self-sustain. Mirrodin is going to go for the Bronze Beard range, so we don't get any healing static for him. He went on level 4 straight into the Reverberation, with Thrall now attempting to pick up some stacks for his quest. But actually connect a lot here. He's already at 4, so one more wolf that he just like hits in the midst of them, and he should be able to complete a lot of this. So, Howling Blast is ready, and he misses it! No! Misses the wolf and is reset back down to 0. Oh, that was a big opportunity for him. Top side, by the way, Sonya is already hammering away at the fort. So, yeah, Disciple is getting a lot of damage in on this. Very nice effort from them to take the structures out. But they're losing another hero at the bottom of the map. Mirrodin is gone, and that's 3 kills to... I mean, I want to say 0. The 1 kill that's on the board is because of the Vikings that have been destroyed. Now they're going for Arthas at the bot lane, and he's also going to get munched up by Orphea. At least I thought so, and yep, there it is. There's the kill. Arthas is down, and they open the wall up, but Sonya has now gone through the top side fort. So there's a couple of elements to this. Sonya taking the fort this early in the game. I mean, this is a 4-minute fort. Just saying. It's pretty big for them. Still very curious to see what we're going to get from yeah, from the blue team as they pick up level 10 abilities. Because they have definitely some potential. So far, it didn't really look like it, but you can make some really big headway in huge team fights if you have just tanky heroes and then you sync up your level 10 abilities and get some real big damage in. So currently we have 3 stacks for Thrall, which is kind of nice. Obviously the Howling Blast quest is also slowly being completed by Arthurs. Level 10 ability are going to be crucial for them. Maiev has not chosen a level 7 yet. Talking about self-sustain, Thrall on level 7 now, of course, with the Ancestral Wrath. And again, the full-on push for a kill as Sonya gets swarmed by the red team and she dies too. They are starting to fall pretty heavily behind in experience, honestly. They are losing too many heroes this early on, which is a problem. It's one thing if you don't get kills, another thing if you are getting absolutely demolished. Now it's an early level 10, they are level ahead, and of course there will be structures that get destroyed. And Vikings, not with a longboat! Play again for the Vikings! I am shocked. Okay, Team Rip is not going for a bounty here. I absolutely expected a longboat, especially since they're so far ahead already. But they decide against it. Either he just automatically picked the talent and didn't want to take it, or they didn't plan to go for a bounty in the first place. They might just want to go for the victory. They pick up another double kill. So good on them. But no bounty attempt by Team Rip. But they are absolutely slaughtering their opponents now. Having a level 10 ability, of course, plays a huge role here. But now they're coming in for the wall in the middle of the map. And take at least part of it down. Level 10 on the side of the Raccoons gives them now Syndragosa. They're getting Sundering as well. The copy for Abathar, as already expected, who's starting to drop mules here. Only Muradin hasn't picked yet. Might go Playmaker, but honestly, I would expect Avatar after all still. And he goes Playmaker. They go for a Playmaker with this. Quest is now completed for Thrall. Good for him. I'm still a little bit weirded out by the fact that we don't get a longboat here, honestly. I would have bet money on a longboat pick on this, but nope. They just want to go for the victory. Unless it was really something that was just Sven automatically going for longboat, not really thinking about it. Sometimes muscle memory, you know, is a thing. 20,000 damage for Abathar. Same as Ophir on the right side. So now that they have level 10 abilities, the Raccoons really need to start to pick this up a bit. The only hero that has died so far on the red team side is the Vikings. Everybody else has survived throughout all of this. Syndragosa, Sundering both used. It didn't help Sonya. She's still dead. And now they go for Fia. And finally there's a kill. The Haymaker with the final move against her. Double Arthurs in these fights now. Vikings hoping to pick up the tribute, I guess, but a little bit too early on the point. The one level advantage or disadvantage, depending on which perspective you're taking here, for the blue team, I suppose, is still a thing. But we have level 13 talents now in. Ophir back to business, but they still want to go for the boss. And I suppose Maiev is going to figure that out, since they haven't really committed too much to the boss attack yet. They're just going to let this slide. For good reason. I mean, again, if you go for the boss here, this has disaster spelled out completely, all over it, written all over it. Because, yeah, you just don't have level 13 talents, and you are in dire straits as is anyways. So here comes the disc against Muradin. Trying to pick up a kill on this. There's the party! It's the dance, baby! Ophir with the damage, and Muradin gets murdered. Sundering just kicking in a bit too late to save the dwarf. Muradin is gone, and that is kill number 9. They are doing work here. Absolutely. Now, we have 2 tributes on each side. Each team has picked up 2. So the next tribute is going to be a curse. The blue team picks up the level 13 talents. Tribute is spawning at the bottom of the map in a couple of seconds. The Vikings are going to be responsible to interrupt any attempted channel. But now we have Team Rip making their move here. So they're slowly going down to the bot lane. They want to have this. Double Arthurs. Their copy gets disked. They go for Arthurs and Scorch goes down. The no healer bounty is not doing well for them. So only the copy Arthurs is still there. And this is soon going to fall too. This looks very much like a curse for Team Rip. And the Raccoons, they have Sonya at the top. So they're still pushing for the top side keep. She's not even trying to join the fight down here, so they're accepting that they're going to get cursed, but she gets some structural damage in as she escorts the siege giants in. And here comes the curse, and now the only question that remains is how much damage can they do with this. So they're starting to move in aggressively down at the bottom of the map. Mule is already gone. Sonya also picked up at the top. They went back to defend, and they caught Sonya and killed her. So now they can go for the bot lane. Slingshot Boy is starting to do some minimal damage. Arthurs can, of course, try and take him down now and connects the Howling Blast. They're not paying attention here. And that is the end of that. Brightwing apparently looking to portal in to get a poly so that they can pick a kill. But they might be able to take this one after all. And they do. They go for Thrall. So that flank was successful even without Brightwing jumping in quickly. Isolated Mosh Pit against Arthurs. And that is another dead hero. 16 against 14, 2-level advantage, 13 kills to 3, and they're breaking the keep wall. Top side, Balog is doing the damage together with the camp. They should Sven should actually take this minion wave out as quickly as they can, but they're going for the keep at the bottom of the map. 5 more seconds on the curse, but this one they should still be able to take it down, and honestly, even if they have to int a bit, they should do it, because if not, then Avatar is just going to mule it up later on. So they take the keep. Nicely done. All of the forts are destroyed with the exception of the top lane. This is the only one that still stands for the Raccoons. And, well, by now there's also a few bosses that he could still try and take. This would be the first one in the game to be claimed. 4 deaths on Muradin, 4 on Sonya. And again, they're 2 levels behind and they're Talon behind. Not really a good spot for them to be in. Team Rip looking pretty darn good here. Again, they went full meta. They didn't go for the longboat as we initially expected when they picked the Vikings. So only the Raccoons are trying to complete a bounty. They have the level 16 talent, so now they can technically try and fight back here. The synergy with Arthur's level 4 and level 16, it also gives us the envenomed spikes for Abathar, so even more of a punch from him. Arthur's is continuing his Death Coil build with a level 16 choice too. But the team needs momentum. They need to win some fights. They haven't really gotten a whole lot of kills during this game. And one boss already taken at the bottom of the map, and the red team, we move towards the top. Just make this a double boss play. Bot lane, this is going to march straight for the core. We're only 11 minutes in. Yeah, Flow? You should really be a little bit more careful. I mean, come on, dude. He walks right into the boss path and gets nearly killed by him. This would have been amazing. If the boss would have actually killed him right away, oh my god. That clip, I would have just thrown that out on social media, and that would have haunted him until the end of days. But yeah, that was something. He walked right into that one, literally. So now, half a level until 20. Here comes the slide, and the Mosh completely fails, but Orphea gets a lot of damage out. They go for the copy on Abathar, and they destroy that immediately. Topside fort is also not looking too hot. Might be able to get the kill on Arthur's too. They're still attempting to go in for this. Here comes Syndragosa. Actually, the entire team is moving in, and they are swarming. They're swarming Orphea. Nearly got the kill on her. It's not quite over yet, but Sonya, she's dead, she's gone, and that's level 20 on the red team side. So, yep, Thrall is gone. They're chasing them, and they're chasing them hard. The keep in the middle is getting attacked, by the way, as well. It's a triple kill as Arthur's falls as well. The keep in the middle is getting attacked here, and this looks like it might even be the end. They're moving towards the mid lane. They're taking out the keep here, and now the march towards the core. That triple kill left only Abathar and Muradin alive. And well, scratch Muradin. I don't think he's going to make it either. Muradin is gone, and that is lights out. Game number 1. Team Rip. They take the victory. The no healer bounty fails, and the Raccoons lose on Cursed Hollow as the red team takes the lead in the series. GG.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet, so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
So, Haunted Mines, map number 2. Yes, you heard right. It is Haunted Mines that we're heading into now. Team Rip in the lead on the series, and the refueled Raccoons, they went down in flames. Now, There's a little bit of an update, by the way, on the Vikings. So as already theorized during the game itself, Sven confirmed that they actually wanted to play Longboat, but he misclicked the talent, and he immediately said, like, hey, I didn't use it. Can this still count as a completion of the bounty? Unfortunately, in this case, we have to be a bit strict. The whole idea of the bounties is, of course, that as the audience, we're getting to see some fun stuff, as, for example, the Longboat. So that means that when you go for one of those talent bounties that we have, being it the Abathar Locust build, being it Twin Blades variant, Illidan Hunt, or in this case the Longboat Vikings, you gotta make sure that you're actually picking those talents. So it kind of sucks a little bit, but yeah, it happened. So they don't get a bounty credited to them. It's a little bit unfortunate. They were looking really, really good, which was one of the reasons why I also was so surprised when they went for play again, because I totally expected, of course, the Longboat as well. But yeah, unfortunately, there was a misclick on their end, and therefore, yeah, no luck. Now, Raccoons, they have to now decide, are they going for a handicap? Are they willing to commit to a bounty? Or are they just simply saying, no, we're down a game in the best of 3 series. This is the losers bracket final. If we lose this one now, we are dropping out of the group. Team Rip would, in this case, qualify directly for the playoffs. So the blue team, they have to go for that risk-reward calculation and really think, okay, how are we going to deal with this? Blaze now as a first pick. We'll see what they're going to pick there. Just as a little bit of a refresher also for everybody. So here's the bounty list. Again, there are commands in the, there are links in the description of the video. If you watch this on YouTube, you can see this thing for yourself whenever you want to catch up on. There's also a link to the crowdfunding. Quick reminder, if you watch this on YouTube, make sure that you give the video a thumbs up. It actually really helps with the algorithm. Comments, thumbs up, always help, and we have seen more and more comments in the past that people that haven't played Heroes for a long time actually got recommendations of Heroes of the Storm videos in their feed and then started to pick up the game a little bit when they realized, hey, there's still a scene going on. So if you're interested and also to help to maybe grow this thing a little bit and have more people rejoining that, then again, do what you can to boost the videos on YouTube. It really, really helps. And it, yeah, make sure that the algorithm recommends the videos to more people out there. So a thumbs up alone already goes a long way into this. Oriel gets actually picked for Team Rip pretty early. So personally, I'm a little bit curious if this is going to indicate that we, well, to be honest with you, I think if anything, this is probably going to indicate that we might get a ban on Cho'Gall, if anything. Cho'Gall on Haunted Mines, like, I'm actually thinking the map itself is already quite a lot of fun. But I want to see what teams are now doing here with special strategies, if maybe they have something prepared. I personally didn't really think that Haunted Mines would be picked, but normally what we replace in the map pool is Brax's Holdout, which also doesn't see a whole lot of play. And I was like, well, we can throw it in, maybe somebody wants to go for it. And, well, off we go. We got Cassia banned out, and now the blue team has to make a choice here. Is with Oriel taken early, Cho'Gall something that they're a bit afraid of, because these are obviously two heroes that you oftentimes see in tandem. But instead, we get Stitches banned out. So if there was a attempted play for Cho'Gall, they could still do that. Haunted Mines is a 2-lane map, so could go for it. Jojo and Blaze on the other side for the Raccoons, so that's usually a very, very strong front line that you have there. But, well, are we going to get some more bounties? For Team Rip, there's no reason not to go for a bounty. Gazlord! The Gazlord is in the house! And Mal'Ganis at the front. Okay, it is Gazlord time. So, off we go. They're going for a bounty. They have Gazlo himself, our Lord and Savior, on their side lane. And now for the blue team. Choices have to be made. Raccoons, risk it all? Or decide to not go for a bounty and just throw it all into the meta pool. They go VALEERA. They go VALEERA. They're trying for a bounty themselves. And as the final pick, we get Malfurion. So, VALEERA bounty was completed once already by Wooby, by the way, as the team Bounty Hunters completed it. But now our final choice for Bloodcool. This could be a wild one. VALEERA against Gazlo. That's going to be an interesting play between the two of them. Now, a little bit more damage. Well, something to deal with VALEERA here for Team Rip would also be nice. She's not really a bounty that you see attempted a lot. She's fairly on the weak side. Unless you can... Oh my god! Nova and Gazlo. Again, reminder, you can only complete one bounty, not two in the same game. So they are going for Nova Gazlo. If they win, they have to make a choice afterwards which one of the bounties they want to mark off as completed. This is getting wild here. Haunted Mines, ladies and gentlemen. Map number 2. Okay, things are getting a little bit wild over here. On the left side, we have Twice for the Raccoons on Johanna, Scorch on Malfurion, Gavlo with Hanzo, Ubi with Blaze, and more importantly, we have Disciple on VALEERA. I mean, Disciple has already shown some absolutely impressive games with other heroes. First and foremost, of course, is Sophia, but now I want to see what he's able to do with VALEERA. Sven is on Gazlo, we got Azzy on Junkrat, and very unexpected, Blood Cool with Nova going for Advanced Cloaking. We got Basilisco on Oriel, and Crankle on Mal'Ganis. So that's an interesting one. They go for 2 bounty heroes, and yeah. I've seen this once, I think I talked about this in one of the previous matches, where a team basically had a composition that upon winning completed 2 bounties. And as we said before, you can only complete 1 bounty per game. And the way that this works is that if the red team now wins, they have to decide which of those bounties they want to mark off as completed. But to be honest with you, the early game is not looking too good for them. At least there's a kill against Hanzo. So that's something. But it's followed by Oriel also dying, so that's 3 heroes now down. Yeah. They all Laubert, by the way. We have a mass Lauber event. Before the 1 minute mark, we now have not only 1 hero dying, we have 5! They lost another one! What is happening here? What is going on in this one? Like, this is crazy. I've never seen anything like this. I've seen 1 or 2 heroes die before the 1 minute mark, but 5? Yeah, that is something that you see in quick match occasionally. But I didn't expect so much aggression in the early game here on Haunted Mines. And VALEERA is getting some work done. I mean, again, we are on level 1 talents, guys. That's what we're looking at right now. They're just continuing with it. They're just continuing the action. So, yeah, this is it's getting a bit wild. Crazy start into game number 2. Hanzo is dead. Now it's 4 kills to 2. Teams are on even experience, and it's just mass aggression that we're getting. Pumpkins claimed for the top lane push. It's like, I mean, seriously, what is going on here? Oh boy. Now, Oriel has gone into Righteous Assault. Yeah, they've been assaulted a lot. And for VALEERA, we're getting the Relentless Strikes now. And she's back on it. So we're seeing everybody move for the pumpkin camps. The blue team has actually now claimed none. They have not been able to take any of them. It was the red team that decided to go for the middle camp at the top and the bot lane, and they grabbed both of them. Mines opening up in 30 seconds, so we'll see if teams push. I'm a bit surprised, honestly. There's a couple... I actually haven't really checked, but was Sylvanas banned? I mean, she must have been, right? Because normally Sylvanas is an easy pick on this map for sure. So, yeah, unfortunately, I can't remember if she was a ban on the map, but I suppose she was. Normally, you really want to have a few heroes that can push the lanes. I mean, we've even seen Zagara in the past. I wouldn't have been shocked to see, for example, Zagara Nidus is a bounty attempted here. The teams didn't go for that. Now with the mines opening up, nobody's gonna just making a play for the skulls right away. Instead, we're having the attack at the bot lane, still centering around the entrance though. And we might see somebody start to go down here, maybe the entire team even. They have Hanzo making a move for it. So Hanzo is the first one to make a play for a few skulls. 4 kills against 2 still, and yep, now the red team is joining the battle. And Gavlo is very much cornered and gets slowed, eats the grenades, and that is the end of him. Hey, he's getting a little bit farmed here, isn't he? This is the 3rd time now that he has fallen, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, is that true? Yeah, he's the only one that died on the blue team so far. Classic report incoming. Yeah, that's 5 reports. 4 teammates and he's gonna report himself. Clearly feeding. Oh boy. So, yep. Poor Hanzo. He's definitely having some trouble here. Ooh, if that's a jet propulsion connect, then we might... Nah, the rest of the team is already rotating in. Once the VALEERA made her way down into the mines, I thought, hey, maybe they can make a play here. But not so much. So, as is, we have... Yeah, early level 7 for the red team now. Still trying to make a move here. Junkrat had to retreat first for Nova. We're now looking at perfect shot. We have the sticky widget for our boy Junkrat. And it's 39 to 33 skulls thus far. Team Rip is a little bit farther ahead on this. And yeah, on the other side, Nature's Cure is in. We're getting Sins exposed after the initial pick into Subdue. Was a lot of value from VALEERA actually in the early few fights, but right now it's starting to become a bit more tricky for the blue team to get a decent angle here and get those kills, get those opportunities. Gavlo needs to also be super careful with this, but VALEERA is able to get the kill on Junkrat. Nova came in and tried to get some counter damage, but couldn't. But with Junkrat taken out, that's at least one step into the right direction now for the Raccoons. They're starting to move back up towards the top, and Krenkel, yeah, is able to zone them away from the pumpkins. They're getting in range and drop the damage on the towers. The gate already destroyed and both of the towers are mega low. 5 kills to 3 now, thanks to the Junkrat kill from VALEERA. Nobody has made a move for the big boss at the bottom yet. The two stealth heroes still trying to play around each other, but Bloodcool misses the shot here. Can't reveal VALEERA. Yeah. And they're trying to get the kill here, but also not working out. For Gazlo, we have, by the way, the Goblin Fusion on level 7. Level 10 abilities next up on the menu, and this is where things are also going to get quite interesting. Maybe we're going to see a few small wombo attempts here. Junkrat just claiming camps for the team at this point in time. And yeah, Gavlo, again, he's the one that suffered the most so far in those fights. One of the things that I always liked is that you can actually see the boss down here. So nobody has really made a move for this yet. Oftentimes this is being waited out a long time, just like dragged out into the mid game. Especially in a situation like this where the teams have very even numbers on skulls so far. Once we have some kills in, for example, or other advantages, then teams will probably make a move for this. But before, it doesn't really make too much sense. And yeah, everybody is essentially just waiting for heroic abilities right now. And see what they can do with this. So, all of the way up at the top. Okay, Jojo is fine. Still totally okay here. Bloodcool, yeah, looking to get a few more stacks on the baseline. And here come the level 10 abilities. Bunker, Blessed Shield. Again, no surprises for now. We got the Smoke Bomb for VALEERA. It's probably the only one to really point out since we don't see her all that often. But everyone else is just like fairly straightforward. And for the red team, I don't expect too many surprises either. I guess a look on Nova. Are we going to get some surprises there? Gazlo is going straight up for the Robo-Goblin. And we have Precision Strike. So no triple chap shenanigans or anything along those lines. But the arrow missing as Aegis was out. And Junkrat makes it. He actually survives. So Junkrat is able to get out, but they are sucking them in with another Condemn on Jojo. Still hoping for a kill. And Nova gets obliterated in the stealth battle by VALEERA. The Riptire, on the other hand, could become a problem. Disciple is on the run and jukes out the Riptire. If that connected, that would be a kill. And instead, they're making their move towards Mal'Ganis, hoping that they kill there too. Disciple is actually not willing to get out of that battle yet, even though he's on low HP. So they were looking to see if maybe there's a chance to get another kill here. Oh, nice catch by Velaslisco. Yeah, they claim the camp. Disciple is still a bit low here with this VALEERA play. But they're going again for Mal'Ganis. And, well, there's the silence. Do they have enough damage to take him down? Krenkel, a bit low, but not in danger of being killed from the looks of it. So, yeah, so far so good. The kill against Nova was the only one they were able to get until now, when we have good old Auriel getting murdered as well. And honestly, VALEERA is doing pretty well here. Way more than I expected. She's putting in way more damage than I expected her to. And gets way more value out of this. I mean, the utility on her alone is already doing a lot for them. It's 7 kills to 3. The arrow missing completely, but they still get the kill. Nova is gone. Again taken out by VALEERA, who just picks up kill after kill. I don't really care how much damage she has at this point, but she is able to work those kills in very, very nicely. So that's a half-level lead, a little bit more than that for the Raccoons. And they can go for the boss and get those skulls. But I gotta admit that the impact of VALEERA surprises me here. She's usually a massive liability, but at least in this context, she's working out for the Raccoons. Again, not a hero that they would have taken without the bounty, but still, that's pretty cool. Oh, and that's a kill. Blessed Shield is in. I think they are going to be able to get something done here, right? Well, maybe not. Alright, so they are not able to jump on Oriel immediately. But, yeah, I was actually thinking that this flank could accomplish more for the team. And they obviously thought that as well, as they instantly unleashed the Blessed Shield upon Johanna emerging here. So now we got 61 skulls against 39. The golems are starting to pop up, with also a few camps still claimed here. I mean, everybody seems to be focusing on defense more so than anything else, so they're going to need to try and take this one out quickly. It's going to be a bit more damage at the top lane, I guess, but not really too much. Actually pushing past this already, but with Siege Giants also coming in, should probably at least defend this a bit. But they're moving towards the top. Mal'Ganis was the one anchoring the defense from Team Rip, so he gets pushed back first. A wall definitely going to get destroyed, but they're going to hope for more. They are, of course, now also in possession of a level 13 talent, which gives them an additional boost in all of this. If they can get a kill here, that would be the dream. But yeah, some damage against the fort at least. Unlikely that's going to be more than that. And yeah, looking at it, the golem at the bot lane, for example, did more. Blaze might be in a bit of trouble, but he still has the cooldown on Bunker, so he should be fine. And VALEERA isn't even with them. VALEERA is still down at the bottom of the map and is trying to take this one out a bit. Disciple, I mean, he wants the wave, of course, but he also needs to make sure that Nova is not getting an easy kill here. That's the end of her. No, smoke bomb. Ult for an ult, and Disciple is able to pop the fountain and get away from this. The fight at the top, on the other hand, that is also going the way of the red team. Even with Malfuri now dropping his ult and them going for Bunker, this was looking pretty good. But now we have Nova back in the battle. VALEERA is looking for an angle as well. Aegis to save Mal'Ganis, and Blaze made it out. So everybody is able to move away. But quick reminder that all of this played out without a level 13 talent for Team Rip. So they did fairly well, all things considered. Then again, there is still that one level advantage for the Raccoons. A couple of them still playing through the entrance here. Yeah. There's Gavel actually sitting in regards to damage now. 45,000. So despite the 3 deaths that he had, he's doing well on the damage numbers. They're trying to come in for Cranker. And yep, that's a kill. Blessed Shield gets used. They're trying to slow down Oriel. If he gets another jet propulsion cooldown into... Oh my god, the root on point! Absolutely on point. Scorch is going full Scorched Earth against Oriel in the healer battle. And that nets them another kill. So they're taking out Mal'Ganis, they're taking out Oriel. That's 10 kills to 3 now. And they want more. The jet propulsion! Oh my god! Nova in trouble. She's dead to absolute destruction by the Raccoons here, as they are aiming for that top side fort to try and take this one out. Yeah, nicely done. Fort is gone. They're still fighting for the camp here, by the way, and with another jet propulsion connect against Crankle, they are actually... Oh, gets his ult out. Camp is still close. The camp is stolen. And, well... Yeah, he gets away. Had to use his ult for it. But they're still going to be fine for now. 34,000 damage now for Junkrat. We have 56,000 damage for Hanzo. And level 16 is in. Guys, they have a 2-level advantage right now. I mean, the Raccoons are really running the show at this point. And they're getting mad value out of VALEERA. I'm actually shocked. I'm pleasantly surprised by this. Seal Fate is in. Just to make sure that everybody understands, this doesn't make VALEERA a great choice. But it makes her a lot more impactful in this game in the hands of Disciple than expected. So great job by Disciple here to get that much for the team. And he comes in with another kill. So they're taking out Mal'Ganis, who has been slapped around a lot in this game. And with 14 kills to 3, Blaze is already in the lower levels, getting skulls for the objective. As up here, the red team is still struggling. So Blood Cool Yeah, also a bit of trouble. Nice connect, at least with a precision strike, but not enough to seriously threaten Hanzo. Instead, they're now making a play for Junkrat, and Hanzo gets the kill. They're also dropping Gazlo. It's another double kill for the team, and they're just doing work. They're going for the 4 to take this one out, and a quick reminder that all of this played out without Blaze even being there. Blaze has just been going through the lower levels and taking one skull camp after another. They're already sitting at 54 skulls, and they might go for 100% golem here from the looks of it. 16 kills to 3. Absolutely disastrous for Team Rip. They don't have a level 16 talent and HLs. Now, 72 skulls are already locked in. Now they're going for the rest. This is going to be a big push. It's going to be a massive push with that golem. We're 15 minutes into the game, and they're going to get it all. So, for their opponents, this is a bit of a moment of truth situation. They're going to get level 16 talents, so they can defend on an eye level, at least when it comes to the talents. The stat advantage is, of course, a different matter. But now we're going to have the push through the bot lane, where we have catapults already. And the big question is, will this keep be destroyed, yes or no? They're going to make a move for the key, but from the looks of it here, I mean, the Raccoons are looking good. We might go to game number 3 in this. So, right now, 40,000 damage for Junkrat. 70,000 for Hanzo. VALEERA, 20,000. Again, the numbers don't really tell the tale here. She's been massively impactful for the team. Blind as a bat now for Mal'Ganis, but also a reminder that we haven't seen any kills for Team Rip ever since the early game when Hanzo died 3 times. Aegis being used, Disciple back into the smoke bomb. Junkrat is also chipping in as much damage as he can, but, well, oh my god, that whip was glorious. Could have been the end of Auriel if not for that. Bunker's on the ground. Gazlo is trying to help out as much as he can with the clear to help with the defense, but the wall is already falling, and the blue team is just continuing the pressure play. Coming in with everything that they have here, and this keep is not looking good. They're going for Gazlo. VALEERA! Mass damage from her now. At the meantime, the play against Malfurion, he survives, and they're turning it on Crankle. Mal'Ganis is about to go down. Mal'Ganis is gone. Oh, the snipe! Great job by Nova, taking down Johanna. But the keep is slowly losing hit points, and Disciple is looking for another opening here. Sees Gazlo and kills Gazlo. Hanzo also gets destroyed, but still the attempted play against Nova, and she gets destroyed as well. I mean, seriously, they are absolutely cleaning house right now. The keep is already gone. They have the shot at the core, and they're going for it. And it's in a mass casualty event here with 21 kills to 5. VALEERA with a massive impact. I mean, Disciple is just absolutely rocking the show here. Nicely done. Absolute glorious game here on Haunted Mines. The Raccoons with the victory, and we're going to the final map in this best of 3 series. We're going to game number 3 between the Raccoons and Team Rip. GG. Dragonshire, game number 3. We're going the distance. 20 heroes unavailable as we head into the 3rd and final map in this losers bracket final. Which team will advance to the playoffs, and are they both willing to go for bounties here? The Raccoons just completed the VALEERA bounty. I gotta say, Raccoons, they have completed most of the bounties so far. They are throwing in bounties every map. I haven't seen them play a single map yet where they didn't attempt a bounty. These guys are just all in on the whole concept here, which I love. I, by the way, also talked to Team Rip after this, and I told them, guys, you are aware that you can't complete or lose 2 bounties in the same game, right? Per map, you can only complete or fail 1 bounty. I mean, imagine for a second we would allow teams to fail multiple bounties. Teams would just come in, pick 5 bounty heroes, and just lose the map and get 2.5 bounty tickets as a result. Yeah, obviously that's not gonna be a thing. And yeah, Team Rip very quickly confirmed, yeah, we are aware, we know, but Bloodcool was totally feeling Nova here. I don't know why we picked it either, but he thought, hey, I got this, and yeah, it just didn't work out. So they were aware of the rules, and yeah, just sometimes making sure. There's a couple of nuances around this, and the whole concept is that you obviously don't want people to abuse the bounty concept, which hasn't really happened so far, but sometimes you just need to make sure that yeah, players are aware of everything. Same as, of course, with people that are watching. There were quite a few questions. I mean, players have been asking ever since the concept came in, asking like, hey, what about this? What if this happens? What's going on there? And yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Right now, we have Medivh banned out. Dragonshire, again, with 20 heroes unavailable now. So teams have to think a little bit about, hey, what do we want to actually do with this? Which heroes are available? What kind of bounty are we possibly looking at here? What's still an option for us? And we get a Rhaegar first pick immediately on this one. I'm curious. I want to see what the Raccoons are doing. I really like their style here. But again, this map decides who moves into the playoffs. Now you can always make the argument, hey, if you actually go into the last chance qualifier, you have a few more games that you need to play because you need to go through the last chance qualifier. But I would not take that risk. Yeah, you're gonna get a lot more games out of reaching the playoffs than playing through the last chance qualifier. And on top of that, of course, you have a chance at the actual prize pool if you're reaching the top 3. So I can pretty much guarantee you that there's not a single team that is like, you know what, let's just lose here, go to the last chance qualifier and see what we can do with that. That's just not a thing. Varian gets chosen. Don't get too excited. Raccoons, as far as I remember, have already completed in their first match the Varian bounty. I'm going to double check that real quickly for you. And yep, Twin Blades Varian has been completed by the Raccoons. They went up against one of the underdog teams and they used Twin Blade Varian there to complete it. And well, by now we have, of course, a taunt build for them coming up. Crankle with Diablo. It's also going to be a nice one. Sylvanas as their first pick here in Dragonshire. Yeah, I mean, with Dragonshire, I'm currently thinking... we could see Knight of Zagara, for example. Zagara is a good choice on Dragonshire. She's a hero that we've seen on Dragonshire actually a lot. So if one of the teams wants to go for Zagara, they could do that. The Raccoons have not tried that bounty yet. Team Rip has also not completed it. So both of the teams have that still up. Ah, no! Don't ban the Mercmaster! Murky gets banned. Damn, the Raccoons. The no fun zone over here. That is a disappointment. They ban Murky. It's been a while since I've seen a Murky ban, by the way. So, yep, Murky gets banned. It's a shame. It's a sad day in the Nexus. I was really looking forward to the frog here. Anna and Sergeant Hammer. Okay, that makes me a bit curious. On the side lane, what could they possibly pick? They might not actually go for... they might actually not go for a thingy. For a bounty. The blue team, on the other hand, I fully expect them to go for a bounty. They have played bounty after bounty after bounty. Would shock me if they... well, again, it's about the playoffs. Is that maybe the one map where they say, okay, let's drop the bounty idea and just win it? Nope, they go for Kel'Thuzad. They go for Kel'Thuzad. Still a bounty attempt. They tie things... well, they tee things up for Kel'Thuzad with Varian. Triple frontline, Kel'Thuzad for the blue team. And now the question, what is Team Rip gonna do? It's a final map. In Group A, what play are they gonna make here? Sven on the side lane. So, yeah. Final choice. It's Yrel. They are going all out on a normal performance. They want to go to the playoffs. It's all or nothing. Team Rip, they made their choice. They want to take the W and send the Raccoons into the last chance qualifier. Dragonshire, ladies and gentlemen, the third and final map in the losers bracket final of Group A at the Murky Cup. The final map, game number 3, Gavlo. That's going to be the big one. He's playing Kel'Thuzad for the blue team. The only bounty attempt in this game here on Dragonshire. So Gavlo on Kel'Thuzad, Disciple on Hogger. We got Scorch on Rhaegar. Ubi on the Haka. Twice on Varian. Obviously going for taunt here in the game. And then on the other side, Sven on Yrel. Azzy on Sergeant Hammer. We're getting Basilisco on Ana. Crankle with Sylvanas, and Bloodcool on Diablo. So they actually swapped around quite heavily. I mean, Crankle on Sylvanas now, for example. Bloodcool on Diablo. So there are a couple of role swaps that we have for the team currently. And, well, quick pause here also on the side of Gavlor. Hope that everything is fine here. That would be a bad moment to actually have some problems with somebody disconnecting or having just internet problems in general. You're going into game number 3 of the final series. So this is really the moment where you want everything to work properly. I hope that it's just a bit of a pizza delivery or something that is going on right now. I could do with the pizza myself, to be honest with you. But, yep, maybe it's just a little bit of the delivery kicking in. Whatever the reason, I hope that the problem is resolved quickly. The red team, by the way, is now apparently going for Sylvanas push at the top. So oftentimes what you see when a team picks Sylvanas is that they're trying on one of the lanes to take one of the towers down. So they could aim for this one right here, take the tower at least to 50% of its HP. In this case, Bloodcool would probably either sit at the side here or over here, making sure that he is going to anchor in case that there's a flank coming. And, well, they're even going for a kill attempt. And, ooh, Disciple nearly laubert. But they are getting the tower damage in. They can't get the kill on Hogger, but they forced him to pop his fountain cooldown. And that's very good damage on the tower at the top lane. And they're gonna get the entire thing. So, very aggressive push play. And, well, it seems like Hogger is gonna die after all. Yep, 40 seconds in, and Hogger is gone. This is a pretty nasty comp from Team Rip just in general. I mean, they can siege up with Sarge and Hammer, and then they have Sylvanas also for some more structural pressure, where they can go for some of the buildings here. And now taking Hogger out is just making all of this much easier. Oh, and they get Kel'Thuzad too. Kel'Thuzad is too much on the squishy side. You can't allow to get flanked like this. If you get hit that hard, then you are just, I mean, basically an oversized minion. It's probably harder to take a minion down than take Kel'Thuzad down at this point in time, to be honest with you. It's about the same hit points. 2 kills to 0. And, well, at this point, we have the top wall completely destroyed. 1.5 minutes in. Objective isn't even active or anything, and we already have, yeah, the first wall completely taken apart here. Now, Hogger, dong 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 dong, just going for a bit more action around the camp. We have Urel also with the gift of the Naru currently. A little more heals that they're getting in. And the one thing that Kel'Thuzad got from his death was that he was able to connect a couple of plays. He has 6 stacks now. But Varian also has Taunt, and that allows them to tee things up much easier. So this is something we already saw in action here from Twice. And they're going to try and continue that type of play whenever the cooldown is ready. Just tee up Gavlor as much as you can, and let Kel'Thuzad do the damage. If Urel holds the bottom a little bit longer, they can... This is a Dragon Knight. Oh, this could have been a Dragon Knight. If Sven is able to push him off, they would have been able to grab this now. Now, Urel is going to die eventually. I gotta admit, I'm not quite sure why I think this is funny, but this was actually pretty good. Bloodcool at the top might now die as well. And yep, Diablo goes down, but the real kill was this one. This was the real kill. This was just too good. Just sits there, tries too hard, and then Hogger's like, yeah, nope, not on my watch. Nope. Oh, glorious kill. High skill connect. As he now dies too. Okay, the blue team is actually starting to turn this around a little bit. They were 0-2 in kills early on and were struggling. They also lost control over both of the shrines for just a moment. But now we see the exact opposite, with Varian trying to claim and actually taking the Dragon Knight. So the DK has been taken. First one, 3.5 minutes into the game. And they're going for Diablo again. And with somebody blocking here, Bloodcool might actually fall. He gets licked by the Haka and then dies. So that's 4 kills to 2. That's walls getting destroyed, and after initially it looked a little bit shaky for the Raccoons, they're now getting some mad momentum here. There's 20 stacks, by the way, for Kel'Thuzad. So with the help of Varian and the taunt setups, we're getting some actual rapid charging of that baseline quest for the main damage dealer on the blue team side. And this is looking pretty solid. I mean, they're doing really well here. Fort in the mid lane has been severely damaged. The fort at the bottom of the map has taken damage too. And they can also try and push for the top lane, I suppose, a little bit with this. But, yep, this is a, I mean, 1 level advantage, 2 kill leads. Very solid early game for them now. Looked a bit shaky initially, as I just said, but still. Hogger is the top damage for the team with the 12k. Varian's second highest damage, by the way. So, Khaldor at this point is just on 8,000. And gets targeted again, and as I said before, if Khaldor gets attacked, he's just dead. It's just what happens. If you get flanked like this, you're gone. There's no discussing it. You don't have the hit points. This is one of the biggest problems for Khaldor in the first place, and one of the reasons why he doesn't really get played a whole lot. If you gain momentum with the hero and you are the one in charge and making the calls, then you can do a lot. If you are the team that gets engaged upon, then yeah, he's in trouble. This is just the reality of it. Level 10 abilities are in though. Sergeant Hammer in trouble. First of all is Anna though. Whoa! And Azzy gets away with 29 hit points. Still, thanks to the early level 10, they can now push those structures a bit more aggressively. Gavlo apparently wants to face check a couple of bushes again. I don't really advocate for that, but is able to dodge out on this. Okay, gets some few more connects. Has unleashed his ult against Sylvanas, but they're being really aggressive around this, and I'm not quite sure why. If they still had the level 10 advantage and the red team didn't have heroics, then I could maybe have understood what they were trying to accomplish here. But now Varian is dead. The red team picks up their own level 10 abilities, and they're closing the gap in experience, essentially, just because they get the kills here. So, yeah. Now, once that Khaldor completes this fully, he's obviously going to get a lot more damage. That spell power increase is awesome. Sylvanas with the mind control. Charging in for Hogger again. They might get this. Well, jumps out and is able to get away. Yes, dodges as best as he can. Double control now on the shrines, by the way. So there's the second potential Dragon Knight if they can control the middle. But this is where the red team has now appeared in essentially full force. Yeah, Urel is now moving towards the top, but there's the taunt and the ult from Khaldor. Drops the Frost Blast right there. It slows Bloodcool down even further, and here's the kill. Bloodcool is down, loses his stacks on the baseline, most of them at least. And they're rotating down to the bottom of the map. Another taunt, this time on Sylvanas. They try and get the kill here. She jumps away, but there is no saving this. Crankle dies too. And this is going to be the end of the fort at the bot lane. Or not. That's negative hit points right there. Okay, Gavlo is saying hello again. It's like, alright, fair enough. I'm gonna go in for the second approach. That's a problem on the other hand. Not only is the quest for Khaldor completed, but also we have more trouble for Diablo and Sergeant Hammer. And with a lick from Ubi, who came in with the Haka on the side, they get that kill. That's 8 kills to 4 now. Yeah, the Haka is a little bit low as he tries to get away here, but with Khaldor completing the baseline, there's more and more damage coming. So all of these taunts that we're seeing from Varian are becoming more and more dangerous. Mind control already used here, and they're breaking through that bot lane wall like it's nothing. They're going through that thing like hot butter through cheese, and aim for the keep immediately. So that's already some keep damage 8 minutes into the game. They're stealing the Siege Giants away, move into the middle, take the second fort out. Huge amount of momentum now for the Raccoons. These guys are nuts. Honestly, they're nasty. They're getting so much value out of this, and Varian is aiming for the next Dragon Knight. So that is number 2. They're getting the objective, and you all know where this is headed. They're going to take out the fort at the top lane. And they might get kills here. They're going for the camp that was about to be claimed by the red team. They're taking Sylvanas down. She's gone. The camp will be stolen, and they go for another kill. Bloodcool, no chance of escaping. That's the end of Diablo. He dies again. That's a 5 versus 3 on the map, and a Dragon Knight in the hands of the Raccoons. These Raccoons are rabid, seriously. Absolute killing spree on this one. Damage for Khaldor is now getting better and better after completing the baseline. He's starting to catch up with Hogger here. Diablo has died 5 times, and they're working on the bottom keep. We're not even 10 minutes into the game, and the keep is at 50% of its HP. They are probably going to be able to take this one down. The keep is likely going to fall here. Sergeant Hammer gets an ass kicking, and that's the keep gone. All the forts are destroyed. The keep is eliminated. There's a big push coming through the top lane with the help of a camp that they just stole away. Frost Blast against Diablo, and they are just trying to take him apart again. I mean, Bloodcool has to rush away on this one. The topside gate has been destroyed. The towers are next. They have level 16 talents, which give us the Arcane Echoes. So they are getting a massive amount of damage now from Yavlo. Early game, yes, he got targeted a few times and died, but now he is a damage machine for the team together with the rest of them as they are locking their CCs in against whichever target twice go for first. So this is some nasty stuff. And again, quick reminder, Team Rip has consciously decided to not go for a bounty. This is the final map in the group. So they knew this is their one shot, and they decided against going for a bounty. They said like, no, we're going meta on this. Sven is getting attacked and gets murdered. No chance for him. It's still a couple of seconds on his ult cooldown. Now they go for Sylvanas. Krankle blocked and killed, and Sergeant Hammer is dead too. It's getting crazy here. That's 3 kills. They're going for number 4. Diablo is dead. Only Ana survives. The only good news for Team Rip is that the Death Timers, it's a 5-man team wipe. 5-man team wipe. They go for the core. The Death Timers are low, but I'm not sure that they're low enough to turn this around, and it does certainly not look like it. Team Rip falls victim to the Raccoons as the blue team goes for the W. A 2-1 victory in the Losers Bracket Final over the red team as they qualify for the playoffs of the Murky Cup. GG.